KFYR. Well, life on the farm is kind of laid back.
Thank God, I'm a country boy. Yeah. Okay. Gosh, it's not there getting carried away. John Denver, 13 minutes after 7. Good morning. It's cloudy, mostly cloudy. We have had a sprinkle or two in our fair cities, and officially 51 this morning. KFYR temperature today should be about 65. Hey, it wasn't a bad day yesterday. A tad on the windy side, but still not bad. It reached 70 degrees yesterday, so whatever. An interesting solution for the air pollution. Sounds like a song. There's an interesting solution for the air pollution. What he wants to do, he wants to rent a plane and spray the entire city with Windex. Breaker.
Coming on strong. Orly.
From Saturday Night Fever, Von Elliman. If I Can't Have You, KFYR, 19 minutes after 7 o'clock. And something we want to bring your attention to, and it'll be happening a week from tomorrow on Annual March of Dimes Super Walk. Stay tuned. Sometime between now and 10 o'clock this morning, you'll have a chance to rip me off for cash. Latest KFYR cash rip-off winner, Shelley Benson, yesterday morning with John Ruby, or yesterday afternoon. $25. Shelley lives in Jamestown. And like I said, you may be the next lucky winner. So stay tuned to KFYR, your favorite radio station.
There is nothing that is wrong.
Eric Clapton, Lay Down Sally. That song's been around so long, it's almost an oldie but a goodie. It's 24 minutes after 7 o'clock at your favorite radio station, Orly, Knutson, the happy Norwegian.
KFYR.
You know what that means, people? It's time to play Cash Rip-Off. Call me now. I'll take the third telephone call. We'll make it easy and rip me off for cash. 223-0901. That's the number you got to call, the third phone call. I get pretty excited when you think about it. It just hit me that gal could have won $100. That's not too shabby.
Orly, Knutson. KFYR.
The only two things in life that make it worth living.
Well, that's Waylon and Willie and the good old boys and Lukenbach, Texas. I was going across some things, and this is kind of an interesting little shot. Bicycles from the pre-10-speed days now are enjoying a comeback on the West Coast. Probably will become sought-after collector's items in other parts of the country as well. The old fat-tire J.C. Higgins and Schwinn models from the 40s and 50s. You remember those? With their push-button horns, bullet light, knee-action forks, and some of the other features. Well, they are among the most demand of the two-wheelers, and a 1950 Schwinn Black Phantom in original condition recently fetched $650. Wow. And a California swap meet, another old Schwinn equipped with a Whizzer bicycle motor sold for $1,000. So if you've got one of these solidly built oldie but a goodies and it's in the attic or maybe in the garage or back behind the shed or something like that, you might want to hold on to it. Might make yourself some cash in the next few years with it.
Got a sick car?
John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John, KFYR, 13 minutes before 8 o'clock in the morning. Cloudy, 20% chance of rain today, 50% tonight, 40% tomorrow. When is the record going to end? 65 today, 45 tonight, near 60 tomorrow for the weekend. And yesterday, it reached 70. Right now, it's 51, cloudy. You ever read TV Guide and all these different publications about, different shows that are coming up, and they always give a little synopsis of exactly. Here's kind of one that draw your own conclusions. Saturday, 9 o'clock, with tells you what channel it's on. It's a new show called I'm Speedy, He's Rapid. Premiere of new show about two retired beauticians turned private eye. Speedy, George Burns, age 93, and Rapid, Walter Matthau, age 87. Bored with retirement, decide to leave the local senior citizen home, move into a swinging single complex, and start a private detective agency. Also featured in the cast is Charles as the Swedish maid, Helen Hayes as a teenage runaway looking for help, really, understanding, and a copy of a new Aerosmith album. The pace is slow, the action is nil, in this exciting new series based on an idea by the inmates, by the inmates of the Patootie Home for the Definitely Demented.
KRB sales.
Under the Y, $40.
Mrs. Green, you did it.
$40.
Oh, good deal.
You ripped me off for $40, believe it or not. Didn't you?
Oh, good.
F, $35.
Alan, do you believe that?
Yeah?
You just ripped me off for $35 this afternoon, the KFYR Cash Rip-Off Contest.
Those are just a few of the many KFYR winners, and there's lots more money to give away. Be listening for the KFYR Touchtone to win.
Rip KFYR off for cash.
You may be the next lucky winner. Who knows? Be listening to KFYR 10 minutes before 8 o'clock. Pop Tops. Mammy Blue. Pop Tops KFYR just goes on and on. 6 before 8 o'clock. Hey, don't forget, Saturday night before you go to bed, set your clocks ahead 1 hour, right? Because Central Daylight Time comes into effect Monday, or actually Sunday morning. So the best time to do it is Saturday night before you go to bed. I remember last year, a farmer friend of mine had all kinds of problems. He set his clocks ahead, went to daylight time. His rooster stayed on Central Time. Now, I don't know if that has any bearing or not. It's natural when you find something that you really like, people, and he jumped right into a commercial. You stick with the good natural things that you find and that you like. And the Village Hearth Bakers have created 8 delicious loaves of bread that you're going to like, and you're going to stick with them, believe me. 7:20 in the morning, and we've had so many requests. Things that I had a little rest yesterday, wasn't at work. So many people have called up and said, what about the soap opera, Orly? Well, I, of course, being the kind of guy that I am, always like to oblige the listeners. So with that familiar theme song in the background, we say in our favorite soap opera voice, it's time once again for another hospital. The true-to-life story that asks the question, can a doctor continue to practice medicine if he keeps losing his patients? When we last left our story, Louise was telling Isabel that Frank had confessed to Harold and Maude that he had once been romantically involved with the Whistler's mother. Well, unbeknownst to Roy and Dale at that very moment, the Mount Ed Memorial High School marching band was collecting door-to-door in their campaign to buy a tourniquet for old Mrs. Bumper. Now, will Mrs. O'Leary's cow leave the barn in time for the recital? Will Judge Pennyweather find his glasses in time for the hanging? If Van goes, is it true that Elaine May? I can't. And where was Tiny Erickson at the time of the Great Flood? Join us again next time, same station, for another equally boring episode in the life of another hospital. 7:23 KFYR weather, sunny, warmer today. Westerly winds 10 to 20, cloudy, slight chance of scattered showers tomorrow. About 70 both today, tomorrow. And near 40 degrees tonight. Do we need sunshine? Ooh. Officially clear, calm, sunny, and 37 degrees at your favorite station, KFYR.
You got me looking at that heaven in your eyes.
Oh, I love that song. Man, Andy Gibb and Shadow Dancing, KFYR. Scott Morgan with the news next. Kids, don't forget, learn the knowledge of safety rules will prevent many car-bike accidents. Learn those safety rules during Bike Week, which is this week. Sponsored by the Bismarck Optimist Club, 7:30.
Good morning, Scott Morgan with the news, a presentation of Montana Dakota Utilities. For Montana Dakota Utilities, Scott Morgan, KFYR News.
Orly to Knutson, KFYR.
Firefall, KFYR, your favorite radio station with your favorite Norwegian. I hope. 37 degrees and clear skies. We were talking, we had strikes all over the place, and the coal strike and all these other things. Now there's a rumor that the nation's weathermen may go on strike. They want 30% more thunderstorms.
Get ready now. 6th and Broadway, Bismarck.
Well, looks like 70 degrees will be our high this afternoon, which yesterday, can you believe this? Yesterday it only got up to 47. And a year ago today, which is really depressing when you think about it, it was 85 degrees. But it was really the beginning of a long, hot, dry summer. So maybe we'll get things all together. It's 37 and clear right now, 20 minutes before 8 o'clock.
Good morning, Scott Morgan with KFYR Sports.
This is Orson Welles.
I promise you no Dolly Parton jokes this morning. A little of her goes a long way, sir. 15 minutes before 8 o'clock, 7:45. Orly Knutson, the happy Norwegian. I picked up a book yesterday. I don't remember what town. Fargo, I think it was, at a little bookstore, and it's called How Come? With a question mark. And things like, how come as soon as you buy something retail, one of your friends tells you he could have got it for you wholesale? How come whenever you dip a potato chip in the dip, it always breaks off and you have to stick your fingers in the dip to get it out? How come your shoelaces always breaks when you're getting dressed to go out, never when you're getting undressed and have lots of time to replace it? These things really... How come your alarm clock rings at the exact moment that Farrah Fawcett Major walks into your dreams? And hey, this one, how about this? How come the salesman who sold you your car and explained why it was so expensive can now tell you why it's worth so little money when you go back to trade it in?
Russell Morris.
Don't forget, 11 o'clock this morning, the history of rock and roll, getting close to the end of a fantastic show. 11 this morning at KFYR. Do not miss it. 9 minutes before 8 o'clock. KFYR at Orly, Knutson. I just looked out the window and that sun is shining out there. It's such a strange sight to see.
Love you came to my rescue.
Seals and Crofts, 6 minutes before 8 o'clock. KFYR, clear 37 degrees. Sunny and warm today with a high near 70. Want to remind you, an athletic banquet coming up this Friday night, 6:30 Mountain Time, over at the Beulah Civic Center. And guess who is going to be the speaker? Raj Higgins, KFYR Sports. Roger will be there. Roger's a good speaker, really is. So you people in the Beulah area have a real treat in store for you. It's 3 minutes before. I'll get it right. We only got 2 hands on the clock. It can't be that far off. 3 minutes before 8 o'clock with Jefferson Starship at KFYR in Bismarck.
And our news time temperature is 43 degrees. For Cass Clay, Scott Morgan, KFYR News.
Orly, Knutson, KFYR.
Neil Sedaka and laughter in the rain. And I hope we don't have any rain, but we'll probably have a lot of laughter this morning. It's clear, calm, and sunny. Love it, love it, love it. 43 degrees officially in Bismarck, Mandan. Yeah, it's going to be 70 this afternoon. That's wonderful words. Orly Knutson, the Norwegian, 12 and a half minutes after 8 o'clock. Interesting stories that don't always make any sense. From Berlin, a postal worker in West Berlin was fired. So for revenge, police say he cut the wires on at least 23 telephone booths. The connection is unclear. Doesn't make any sense, does it? Here's another one. Frank Forrester says that, he's the famous weatherman, he says that we're coming to the time of the year when people can easily catch gold fever. Oh, I thought it was cold fever. It's gold fever. He says that in late spring and summer, requests for maps and reports that describe the known deposits of gold in the U.S. mounts rapidly.
If you've been thinking about trading
Tierney Chevrolet, BMW, Bismarck.
KFYR, all the radio station you'll ever need. Billy Joel, 18 minutes after 8 o'clock on a Tuesday morning. Clear skies, 43. With Orly Knutson, the happy Norwegian. A reminder, Bismarck Annual Senior Days will be held Wednesday and Thursday this week at Kirkwood Plaza down in the mall. It's David Gates from Goodbye Girl.
All your life you've waited.
In my constant effort to keep you informed, entertained, and what else? Notice here I have some notes written down. Some people say Little League. And, of course, we're coming upon that season. Little League puts too much pressure on the boys. But other people think it's good for them to be exposed to umpires who are always right and always have the last word. That way it prepares the kids for the future when he'll have to live with his wife. It's terribly unfair. I think my wife is sleeping, that's why. No, but it is true that As a matter of fact, some parents push their kids too hard to win in Little League. I heard about a kid in our neighborhood last summer made 3 errors in a single game. His family put him on waivers.
Big Red Go.
23 minutes after 8:23 with the Norwegian Orly, Knutson and lovely KFYR. Clear skies, a beautiful morning. 43 sunny, no wind. It's going to be near 70 degrees this afternoon. That's fantastic.
Yes, it's over. Too much, too late.
Johnny Mathis, Dennis Williams at KFYR. 43 degrees and clear skies with Scott Morgan at 8:30.
It's after 8 o'clock.
That's some more of that famous Saturday Night Fever music. Oh, what a movie. Yvonne Elliman, If I Can't Have You. Oh, yes, indeed. One talk over the line. It's 21 minutes before 8 o'clock, KFYR, or before 9 o'clock. You notice how much Travis must be working with Scott Morgan again after 150 years. And some television coming up this week I know you'll be excited to know about. In Hello America, David Hartman interviews Tom Brokaw while Gene Shalit cleans out the ashtrays. Then another episode this week on the morning television, both Tom Brokaw and David Hartman get laryngitis, stay home, don't interview anybody. So pretty exciting. And Captain Kangaroo, the grandfather clock is recalled by the manufacturer. I see. Thank you, Mr. Green Jeans. And Donnie and Marie fall through the ice during the opening number of their show. Must be thawed out for the rest of the show. No one notices the difference.